My only little hesitation with this, and I've said this multiple times, Fury's my favorite fighter, favorite boxer. Wilder's a friend. I love Wilder. The odds are Wilder's going to be a pretty heavy favorite, I would guess. But be careful when you bet on this, because if it's a Fury of old, and it's a Fury who's motivated, which it seems like he is, and he knows what's on the line, God, that Fury is fucking dangerous. That same Fury beat Klitschko. Wasn't pretty, and nothing that Fury does is pretty. Nothing is. His movement's awkward, his style's awkward, his shit talking's pretty. Other than that, nothing that he does is pretty. His win against Klitschko, go back and watch that. You're like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? He does not care. But he's winning rounds. And he's huge. And he doesn't really get hit. He has no chink in his armor. There's not a chink. The only chink in Fury's armor is his own mindset. Is his own mental health. Is the only chink in Fury's armor. And then what happens next? The winner of this, obviously, is forced to fight Joshua. Joshua's forced to fight the winner of this. There's nothing else he can do. There's literally nothing else he can do. So it puts all the pressure on him. And if you weren't a Fury fan before, now you are, because what Joshua did, and again, it's not all on Joshua, it's his team, Eddie Hearn, and the whole DAZN shit and all whatever you want to do there. That's a whole mess of things. However, that Joshua didn't want this fight to happen, so it's not happening, right? So he moves on, fights Povetkin, what the fuck he's going to do coming up here. Now Fury, who has taken 2 years off, his comeback fight was fucking the worst fight we've ever seen, but whatever, at least he got back in there. This fight, at least he goes all rounds, gets a little bit of sweat going. And he goes, you know what? Everyone thinks Joshua's a golden boy. I'll take this fight. How can you not love this guy? How can you not love this guy? And he sells the fight. He does it all, man. He'll sell this fight. He'll show up for the fight. He'll talk shit. And then, what if in some weird world, and it's not that weird of a world, if Fury to beat Deontay Wilder?
The heavyweight trinity, man. You can't deny it. Wilder's at the top of that, but another person who has a foothold in there is Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, man, he has an argument for Joshua, being that he beat Joseph Parker worse than Joshua did. It's... I have no words for that, man. And the more I watch heavyweight boxing and what's going on, the less and less Joshua, like he doesn't seem as impressive as he once was to me. Given that, if you analyze the fights, his previous fights, every single person he fought before that, right? They're all, you know, before the Klitschko fight, besides Dillian Whyte, they all, you know, I don't want to say easy, but it seemed like they were, you know, they weren't, you know, the best competition ever. After Klitschko, it turned up a bit, but, you know, Dylan's performance really puts him in that conversation again. As for Wilder and Fury, whoever wins that, in my opinion, is the greatest heavyweight of all time. At least in our time. I don't see any other argument. Joshua can make the argument and make the fight, but I'm not gonna have faith in him to win, man. I don't have faith in him to beat either of those men. I do have faith in him beating Whyte, but still, man, you know, it's not. I don't know. It's a hard one to gauge, but if I was a betting man, I would bet my money on Fury. Why? His track record proves in everything you need to know. Second to that bet will be Wilder, a very close second, very, very inch close second, simply by how he's been performing lately. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.
So this is a big deal for Asians around the world.
That's huge.
This movie, Crazy Rich Asians, it's top of the box office right now.
It was a book too, right, Jim?
Yeah.
Did you guys read the book?
Nah.
It's about time Asians had a movie. This is the first time, right? There was a
Take it easy. Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2. Big Trouble in Little
Brendan,
China.
Brendan, that
Hold
was
on, Big
one
Trouble
Asian
in Little
guy.
China.
Brendan, that was one Asian guy.
Rumble in the Bronx.
That was one Asian guy. This is
Rumble in the Bronx. Listen, everyone listen. Rumble in the Bronx.
Brendan.
Godzilla. 1, 2.
Brendan, yeah, these are. I understand, but that was just some Asian actor.
Enter the Dragon.
Brendan, okay, but that was a long time ago. That was all karate. This is about
The Last Samurai.
no karate in this
Tom
movie.
Cruise in The Last
There
Samurai.
are no swords or karate. This is like human beings having like relationships.
Disney's Mulan.
Brendan,
The Emperor's New
Mulan is not
Groove.
Asian. It was Polynesian. God